Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of SkyExchange. I've been doing some work between episodes, basically doing a bunch of sieving, various gravel, sand, all that kind of stuff, and I think I've got pretty much all of the ingots, or at least all the, well, not all of them, but I've got all the important ones. Iron, copper, gold, etc. All in here. I don't think I've found redstone yet, which is something I'll need to do for sure. I want to work on getting an enchanting set up today. And I want to, well, and some other things too, but I want to get that going so that I can make a decent weapon for our mob farm that has looting 3. That's really the big thing. So if we look at books, we can do leather, and I could do the old skyblock trick where you basically make grass out there and hope that passive mobs spawn, but there's a much easier way to do it. So we're going to go ahead and get ourselves some bark blocks, like so. I also had a sugarcane seed, so I grew that, and now we can get sugarcane out of here. So let's get enough for some paper. Like so, we can put that in there, and we can put that in there as well. And now, we can make a book, just like that. Super easy. And now we have taught it how to make books. So, that's a start. Now, let's grab 2 more books, and some oak planks, and let's teach our tablet how to make bookshelves. And there we go. All right, so let's grab some bookshelves. I don't need that many. In fact, I only need that many. There we go. And then we're going to grab 2 diamonds. We're going to grab a book. And we're going to grab 4 pieces of obsidian to make a vanilla enchanting table. And there we go. Pretty easy. Now, let's go here, and let's expand our platform maybe this way. Let's see, is this wide? Yeah, this should be wide enough. So if we go 1, 2, and then we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just like that. And we'll end up putting our enchanting area out here, I think. And there we go. And then we'll just do a very vanilla, very simple vanilla enchanting setup. 30 levels, piece of cake. Okay, so there's that. Now, let's go swords. And I want to make a diamond sword. And let's grab a stick. And then we're also going to need some lapis. Oh, I just realized I don't actually have 30 levels right now. Okay. Smite 4. Yuck. Terrible. Well, I guess what I'll do... Also, I need some food. Here we go. I guess what I'm going to do then is I'm going to head in to the mob farm and try and get like 3 more levels. And then I'll come back to you. Alright guys, I am back. So I did a little bit of farming at the mob farm, got a whole bunch of gold swords, got a decent amount of EMC, and most importantly, I am now up over 30 levels. So, we could do Smite 4 and hope that that would give us what we need. I think what I'm going to do instead is do the 1, and we should be able to still put that in, and basically try again. Now the levels, those aren't really gonna, oh, unbreaking, that's a terrible, that's horrendous. Yeah, really don't want unbreaking. Or, not unbreaking, knockback, I should say. Knockback is like the opposite of what I actually want. So let's not do that one. Can I turn these back into stone blocks? I can, fantastic. And can I turn you into things? No. I'm just gonna get rid of those, and the seeds I'll toss in here. Just trying to clear out some of my chests. but looks like I definitely need to go and get myself a bit more experience. So let me get back to it, and I'll be back with you in a sec. All right, guys, I am back. I've got more experience. I'm ready to try this again. Let's give it a go. So, Diamond Sword, knockback 2. Meh. Pretty poor there. Let's try this one more time. Knockback 2 again, really. Soul Stealer 1. I don't actually know what that does, but regardless... You are really dead set on giving me knockback 2, aren't you? Man, terrible. Just not our luck, it seems. Is there anything that will allow me to pick an enchanted book in this pack? I don't see anything. There's no Ender IO. So that's definitely not going to be an option. I think really our only bet would be, yeah, I think we're going to have to do it the old-fashioned way, which is a bit annoying, but it is what it is. Let's eat a beet. There we go. So maybe what we'll do is we'll move on and we'll come back to that later. I don't really need it right now. I mean, we're doing pretty good with EMC. I think I'll just kind of work on Fortune when I decide to work on it. Either way, that's okay. So... there's a few different quests in here. We've completely finished Skyblock 101. 100% all done, good to go. Then we've got Sugary Tech, which involves Mechanism, which is one of my favoriteest mods ever. Like, I love... I love Mechanism. It's such a great mod that lets you do so many cool things. We've got Make a House a Home, which I think would be probably pretty wise. The energy condenser will allow me to convert stuff. And that probably is worth looking at least. Let's just see. Dark matter, red matter. Oh, that's the Mark II. I need just the regular one. So, an alchemical chest. Whoa, how do I make this stuff? Okay. So... was that charcoal, I think? And then cobble? Like that? Yep. Okay. We can toss that in there. And then it also needed medium, which is... oh, I don't have any redstone. Okay, so I'm going to have to get some redstone. And then high is coal and diamond. And that's easy enough. We can toss that in. And it should be fine. But I need redstone. And the only way for me to get redstone is to get dust. Let's take a look. As far as generators go, there is the heat generator from Mechanism, which is an option. And that's the one that the quest wants us to go with. But I think I need redstone for that as well. So I think what I'm probably best off doing, let's get some sand. And looks like I didn't do enough grinding between episodes. So let me sieve up some of the sand until I get a bit of redstone, and then I'll come back to you. Alright guys, I am back, and I finally got the redstone that I need. So... I'll put that in here to teach the thing redstone, and then I'll never have to grind for redstone again. Also, hello, Pigman. Goodbye, Pigman. Yeah, don't want him running around and messing up our day. Let's see. So we were working on... oh, yes, a generator. Right. So the heat generator right here looks like it needs planks, copper ingots, a furnace. That's all pretty easy stuff. So... let's see, 3 iron ingots, 2 copper ingots, 2 planks. Oh, not that. And then I need a furnace, I saw. Right here. So let's actually just make a furnace, and let's actually teach this how to make a furnace, just for future reference. And what else did I need? An osmium ingot. Alright, so we'll make that. And... there we go. we have ourselves a heat generator, which is pretty cool. And basically what this will do is it's going to generate power based on heat. It's kind of like a furnace, but you can also generate power passively by surrounding it with lava and all that kind of good stuff. So there's that. Now I'm also going to need a... I forget the name of it off the top of my head. It's this guy, the metallurgic infuser. I'm going to need one of those as well. So let's grab 1, 2, 3, 4 iron, 2 redstone, 2 furnaces, and an osmium ingot, and I think that was everything, right? Yes, there we go. And now that completes the mechanism quest, which is right here, and gives us a whopping 2 coal as a reward. Yay, 2 coal. Not so fantastic, but the big thing is we can now make mechanism stuff. I also am going to need some cables, and for that I need steel. Okay, so I don't actually need cables. Let's put this here. Let's put that there. And I believe if I take charcoal and toss that in here, yeah, that'll generate power, which will fill this thing up and cause it to work. So now we can make stuff. So let's grab iron and redstone. And let's make one of these. I don't know if some of the stuff... Yeah, actually, a lot of this stuff doesn't even have an EMC value, which is less than ideal. But we will want to make a few different things. Specifically, I would love... Well, but then again, we're not really getting ore, so I don't really need that. Let's just let that go for the minute. And let's take a look at our quest book real quick. Here we go. We're working on tech. There we go. Sweet sounds of hammering. Multiple actions. All that kind of fun stuff. Yep. What do we have for an auto hammer? Do we have any sort of auto hammer? Doesn't look like it. Okay. I should probably mention, by the way, since I'm sure some of you have noticed, I'm not using the heavy sieve and compressed stuff. That's because it's not in the pack. It's been disabled as part of this mod pack. So just kind of keep that in mind. It would be much easier to do compressed sand and stuff in a heavy sieve, but it's not set up for that. So, oh well, we'll have to make do with what we got. Not the end of the world. Alright, anyway, let me check a couple things here quick, guys. I'll be back with you in a sec. Alright, guys, I am back. So what we're going to do is we're going to make steel. Oh, steel actually doesn't have a EMC value. That's annoying. I feel like it should. Oh, well. Not a big deal. So to do that, we're going to toss coal and iron ingots into the metallurgic infuser, which will then spit out another thingy. I think it's enriched iron or something like that. Yeah, enriched iron. And then we'll put that back in here, and it will give us steel dust, which we can cook up into steel ingots. That will then allow us to use to make basic cables. So we can transport our power, which is going to be really important. Really, really important. So, we're good there. Also, my food is driving me crazy. There we go. Do we have our steel dust yet? There we go. Beautiful. Toss that in here. And I wish that the steel had a EMC value, but it doesn't. So we'll just have to make do. Oh well. Let's see. Let's actually look at this make a house a home thing. It's because it's got a couple other things here to make. It says make an angry doll. And then we can get blaze rods. So what goes into an angry doll? We need glowstone, redstone, and blaze powder. Okay. That should be easy enough. Ooh. Don't. There we go. Redstone. And then we needed one of those porcelain dolls. And I've got that. And to make this, we can use either a diamond or an emerald. A diamond is worth much less EMC. So let's do it that way. There's our porcelain doll. And there we go. We've got ourselves the angry doll. And then we need to get ourselves a blaze rod. And it says, to spawn a blaze, fill a stone barrel with lava and right-click it with an angry doll. Okay. I do have a stone barrel right. Wait, did it say it had to be dark? Did I read that? It will spawn in the dark. Okay, so it's just saying it'll spawn even in the dark. So that's good. Let's put it here. Let's grab this guy. Let's... I don't have any lava in the thing. Typical. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll let that get going. I don't suppose I can take lava out of here, can I? No. No, I can't. Was worth a shot. But this should spawn a blaze for us. Hopefully I'll be able to kill it without it, like, flying away. Because that would be a little annoying. Ooh, and or setting everything on fire. That would also be problematic. We'll be fine. I'll just make sure I kill it quickly. Let's do that. There we go. Come on, give me lava. No? Why you know? Aha! There we go. So we'll put this here. We do that. And that's supposed to split out a blaze. I think. Is it working? Is it working? I don't know. I can't tell if it's working or not. Does it, like, have to be in the dark? Because that would be kind of boring. No? Blaze. Got it. And it didn't drop a blaze rod. Figures. All right, well, let me work on getting another blaze spawned, and then I'll come back to you. All right, guys, I am back, and I just wasted another diamond. A very valuable resource at this point in our Let's Play. And yet again, didn't get a blaze rod. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait until I have a Fortune 3 sword. As annoying as that is. But that's what I'm going to do. There is, however, a couple other quests that we can complete in the meantime. Let me just finish tearing down this hideously ugly cobblestone structure thing that looks like terrible. There we go. And almost done. I should also probably invest in a better pickaxe pretty soon, I think. That would also probably be wise. But if we look at this quest book, it says, hey, get iron, gold, diamonds, and ender pearls. And I've actually gotten all of those. There were a couple of endermen that spawned in that farm between episodes. And as long as I have all of those in my inventory, I will complete the quest. And that'll give me this high coalescence dust, which I can toss in here. Now, the other thing about this that's a little bit interesting is you can actually transmute these things. So if we put this here, and we do... Actually, I think it's like this, or something like that. Yeah, you can basically turn iron into ender pearls and into gold. You can convert those back and forth. But I don't really need to do that since I've got them through alternate means in this case. So I think we'll be okay. let's also tear this down just for the minute. I can refill it later. And those don't have EMC values, so I'll leave them out of the thing. Now, let's see. We finished that one. Here we've got Siftorama, which says I need a whole bunch of different types of ingots. Let's see what ingots I actually have. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that quest says I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, but it's skipping... it's skipping iron and gold. Gotcha. So I'm missing... It looks like lead and silver, I think. And I've almost got enough lead there. I really don't have, like, any silver or anything, though. So maybe my best bet is to just sieve some gravel and hope that I get what I need. Let me do that and see if I can work my way through that quest, and I'll be back shortly. Alright guys, I am back. I finally have the silver that I need. I shouldn't say finally, that didn't take me too long. It took me maybe, I don't know, 5 minutes or so tops. This Nether Portal is driving me absolutely insane though. Is there any sort of like muffler, sound muffler, extra utilities, wool? I need a note block. Yeah, you know what? We're gonna make one of those because that thing is driving me absolutely mad. Absolutely mad. There we go. And then we'll grab 4 string so I can make wool. And a note block like so. Combine those. Sound muffler. Bam. Much better. Much better. Okay. Now that it's not driving me crazy anymore. So we've got our silver ingot. So now if we go here to ingot and we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That should complete that quest. Which will give us 4 iron ingots, which honestly isn't much, but my goal for this series is to complete all the quests. So we're making progress. We're all the way through this one already. We've got a little bit done here. Definitely need to get into some magic stuff here fairly soon. Builder's Wand. Definitely need to make one of those as well. Yeah, that's a for sure thing. And Flight. I need to work on the Angel Ring too. It seems to be raining on me. Also, food. I think food is actually something that I still need to work on, simply because we have Spice of Life in this mod pack, which means that I can't just, like, munch on carrots. I have to actually do other things with food, and to be honest, that's not a mod that I like. I don't enjoy that mod. It's not fun for me, but the creator of the mod pack wanted to put it in there. I mean, I think, don't get me wrong, I think the mod itself is well done. It's very well designed. It's just not a mod that I personally enjoy. I don't, yeah. But what we can do to kind of help ourselves out a little bit, let's go seeds. Do I have any other types of seeds I haven't really done anything with yet? Pumpkin seeds, actually. There we go. Got a full watering can here. We'll just kind of clear this out. I'll put you right there. And you can go there. And then let's actually grab some bone meal. And I'm probably going to need a hoe as well. And we'll bone meal that to get wheat. We'll bone meal this. And let's try and get this guy to grow a pumpkin. Beautiful. That's what I needed. Okay. Break, break. So now we have pumpkins and wheat in our transmutation tablet as well. And then I can teach it bread. And then I can cook said bread for toast, I believe. And I think the toast, let's see, bread has an EMC of 25. Toast has an EMC also of 25. Okay, so we can teach it that. And then I can actually put these two together to make a toast sandwich. And that should keep me going. Between toast sandwiches, bread, chicken, all that kind of stuff, that should basically solve my food problems. I hope, at least. I sincerely hope that'll do it. Okay. So now, I think the next thing to do is probably going to be... as much as I hate to grind away at the mob farm, I think that's what we need. I need Fortune 3. And I need it badly. So I think that is my plan. Let me... Do I not have a stone? Aha, stone sword. There we go. Let's do that. Let's also grab an arrow and a bow, because I actually need those. And I have a little thing in there that I may or may not have, like, forgotten to patch up properly. So that's also a thing. You go in there. You go down there. All right. I am headed in. Let's actually try and kill off this pigman first. Go away. Thank you. There we go. Now, as I said, right up here, I've got this little bit that I left a hole. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to AFK here for a little while, let these guys spawn, and then I will kill them. And hopefully I'll have enough levels then to do a little bit of enchanting. Alright guys, I am back, and I have been grinding for about the last half hour or so. I did manage to get a blaze rod, and I did manage to get a fortune, or not a fortune, a looting sword, but it only has looting 2. Which I guess is better than nothing. It's, you know, ideally I would have a looting 3 sword, but, it is what it is. So, I think the next step, first of all, let's go ahead and see about completing this quest. There we go. And then we can just put all that stuff away. We're kind of working down this Make a House a Home quest line. And we've still got this Apples to What quest. And the way that you do that is apparently if you sieve leaves, you'll get gardens. And there are 5 of them that you can find. And then you can complete the quest, and you can basically turn those into, like, other vegetables or other foods, which is kind of cool. So, and it looks like those don't specifically have an EMC, but I think in order to complete the quest, I think I need to have all 5 types in my inventory at once. So let's just see. And they all have equal odds. Oh, there we go. We have 5 types. Okay. Detect? No. Oh, wait. 6 types. One of them apparently hides. That's alright. Let's see. Still at 6. Tell you what, let me sieve these down, sieve, whatever. Either way, let me work on this, and I'll be back with you shortly. Alright, that was super quick. That was like 30 seconds, not even. I got the last one I needed right before we were done there. But we can go ahead and claim this quest, and that'll actually give us a cutting board, which is a pretty useful item. Now, I think in order to use these gardens, I have to break them, right? Yeah. But it doesn't look like any of this stuff has an EMC value of any kind, so I think what I should probably do is make a couple more of these, and we'll say, hey, I'm going to put plants in these chests, because I can turn these into seeds, I believe. Oh, maybe not. I thought I could turn those into seeds. Is that not correct? How do I make a... Oh, yeah. Well... So candleberries can be made into seeds, but most of the others can't. That's really strange. I'm guessing that the candleberries were probably missed, and that the intended way to be able to get these is to sieve the grass. That's what I'm thinking. Let's see, what do we get over here? Whole lot of... Not much. Whole lot of junk. That's all right. That and that can go in there. We'll toss this over here. And I think this arid one probably has to grow on sand, is my guess. Yeah, and I get cactus fruit, which is okay, I guess. Whatever. Let's put that in here. Now, let's check back to our quest. Make a house a home. We still have to do all of this EMC stuff. EMC Automation question mark. I'm not sure which of these is first. Energy Collector, Mark 1. I'm thinking that's probably it. Energy Collector Mark 1. Glowstone, block of diamond, glass, and a furnace. Wow. The block of diamond, that's pretty expensive, but I think we'll be okay. There's our block of diamond that it wants. And then we can make glowstone. And it wanted glass. What else did this want? A furnace? A furnace. There we go. So that makes the energy collector. Looks like it generates 4 EMC per second. Now, if I just, like, plop this down here, doesn't look like that actually, like, brings the EMC to me. Does the quest say? They collect energy magically. Okay. It doesn't say... I wonder if it has to go, like, right there, underneath the transmutation tablet. No. But it's got a UI of some sort. I'm not really sure how this thing works. I've never used it before. I'll do some research on it between episodes. Let's see. And then we also have more than smelting to make alchemical coal, Mobius fuel, and Eternalist fuel. We need the other Klein. With Klein starts, you can easily store EMC as an item. Okay. And then we want this guy, the energy condenser, which I think will allow me to basically condense, like convert items automatically into EMC, which would be great for automation, which I think is kind of the whole point of the EMC automation quest, to be fair. So let's grab that and this, and I seem to remember we had been working on that earlier. Yeah. So we need that. So let's grab one of each of those. And then we need 2 stone, a diamond, and 2 ingots. So 1 diamond, 2 iron ingots. That's clay. And 2 stone, and then I think we need a chest as well, right? Yeah, there we go. Except I don't actually have a crafting table anywhere now. Let's put it right there, I guess. Sure, that works. And then we've got this alchemical chest, which is basically just a really big chest. Okay. Ooh, I probably shouldn't break that. Oh, but I have to break that. Tell you what, we've got the EMC. Let's make ourselves a diamond pick. There we go, and we'll upgrade that next opportunity we get. So that's good. And then we needed 4 obsidian and 4 diamonds. Oh, actually, can I teach? Yeah, sweet. I can teach that thingy. And now we've got our energy condenser as well, which is pretty sweet. And I might as well teach it that too. And that finishes off another quest, which gives us a diamond. Claim, done. And we are making progress. We only have these 2 left to do in this quest line. But guys, unfortunately, I am out of time for this episode. So my friends, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment. I do appreciate it, and it really helps out my channel. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. There are links in the video description below, so check that out as well. Otherwise, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll definitely see you next time.